Hi everyone, I just wanted to very quickly walk you through today's in-class activity, and I'm also going to do another video on covering the homework. So first of all, I just wanted to touch base with you guys. Please remember that, I think I said it in the first couple of classes, you are absolutely always welcome to reach out to me and have a private Zoom for anything that you might not understand. This is the last week of class, and so there's a lot of wrap up of all of the pieces and components of that constructed our press kits and construct the sales presentation. So pretty much we've completed almost everything so far on the press kit, except for the last little portion at the bottom that is talking about give me a short essay of your customer service. So what does that really mean? I wanted to spend a few moments talking about that. So what I'm looking for is literally, this would be a portion of your press kit. I'm looking for maybe 3 to 5 paragraphs covering the following items, and I listed it really quickly. So first of all, I want you to ask yourself, in relation to the company that you are representing for your final project for your product, how do you communicate to your customers? What does that mean? That means really, how do you effectively communicate with them? Is your business set up to interact online, on social media, via email, interaction with the company itself just on an online website? Do you call them to set orders, to sell your product? How do you actually interact with them? And remember, for our intents and purposes for this course, we are not talking about the end user consumer. We are talking about your customers, and in this project, we are doing business to business. So I'm simply asking you to give me a short description, really, of how you as a business interact with your customers, a business. So how is it that you talk to them? Do you physically go see them to place orders? Do you interact with them on the telephone? Is the main platform literally ordering off of your website? Tell me how that is set up for that particular company. How do you communicate with your vendors and suppliers? Now, again, the previous question is, how do you communicate with your customers? So where your product is going to the other business. Now we have to back up for our vendors and contemplate, how are we interacting with the people getting us our product? Because your vendors and suppliers, again, if you're building a super cool cup to hold water while you work out. I know some of the cool Yetis and things like that are really high tech nowadays. So say you're constructing that, you're a manufacturer and you're constructing that cup. Where are you getting the various components from? The plastic insert pieces, the aluminum that goes inside of that, the cap, the cover, maybe the boxing materials. Perhaps you assemble them all together and then you distribute them to the retailer. So I'm asking you in this question, really, how do you communicate with them? Do they come over? Do they place orders in person? Do they place orders, or do you place orders with them via the internet, via telephone calls? Do you have a team set up for that? And again, the problem with this is that you may not know the answers. They may not have something like that on their websites if you're talking about a particular company. So you may have to just envision yourself being that company, how you think they would. So for this product or project, or the portion of the project, I'm really asking you to contemplate what that situation would be like. You've been researching it for 4 weeks, your product and your company. If that information as to how you communicate is online, how you communicate with both your customer and your vendors and suppliers, if that information is somehow online, then go and gather it and research it. If not, put yourself in their situation and tell me what you would do in that situation. Would it be more effective to communicate with your customers in person, on the telephone, via the internet, or whatnot? So the first question is to your customers. Second question is to your suppliers and vendors. It's one this direction, one the previous direction. Third question, how do you handle complaints for both customers and suppliers and vendors? So this one's a big one, and I simply want you, again, I'm not asking for perfection here or to have to find that information somewhere, but contemplate what your product is. Again, we've talked about in previous homework assignments, I've really had you kind of looking at what kind of services you offer along with that product. Again, saying something like, if you sell a TV, let's go with, if you sell a TV and that TV dies after 30 days, I've asked you to contemplate what type of warranty or services that you also offer with that product. Say you have an Apple iPhone, or I have mine somewhere around here. If you have an Apple iPhone and it busts after 30 days, how do you handle that? What is in place? What type of services are in place to actually either get me my money back, get the device fixed, or what? That's all this is asking you. How do you handle that? Again, both going to the customer and from your suppliers and your vendors. Fourth question, how do your employees know how to handle complaints? So again, if I am the consumer, the end user, and I am calling up to complain that my iPhone just quit working, it is dead, it will not work, I call up Apple because it's an Apple product, right? Does Apple say, I don't know, that's not my problem? Wrong answer, you just lost my business. Or do we have somebody that says, okay, let's walk you through, when did you buy it, where did you buy it, what is the serial number? Are your employees set up to handle complaints, and what type of things do they do? I mean, is that a telephone conversation? Is that a form that I fill out online? That type of thing. The last one was, does your company have exceptional customer service? So first of all, you would have to take a step back and define what is exceptional customer service. Throughout the PowerPoints that I've shared with you and the videos that I've shared with you, we've really touched base on what customer service is. We've touched base with how do we handle difficult customers? How do we handle rude customers? How do we handle customers with disabilities? Things like that. So we've really learned to adjust and sort of take culture into account when we adjust customer service. We have taken the type of customer that we have into account when we talk about customer service. And we've also talked about really being able to reflect on how we come across to our customers. Customer retention. It's very important that you don't lose your customer. So we learned different skill sets throughout the 4 weeks here. So I'm asking you to kind of re-examine that and tell me, first of all, what it is that you deem as exceptional customer service, and then tell me how or why you meet that definition of exceptional customer service. So again, all this is just literally 3 to 5 paragraphs here, no particular format. It would be online typically, but again, for this assignment, your whole entire press kit has been cordoned off into sections as we go along and graded individually. So all I'm looking for this is literally 3 to 5 paragraphs that cover these basic questions. So again, any questions, any comments, let me know, and I will be happy to answer you as soon as I can. See you in the next video. Bye guys.